Well, welcome everybody to Jill Lublin's Year of Kindness for our July Kindness Circle. My name's Mary Beth and I'm Jill's assistant, in case you didn't already know that. We're so excited to have our special guest thought leader, Sandra Yancey from eWomen Network joining us today. I'm going to introduce Jill and then Jill's going to get this party rocking. So Jill Lublin is an international speaker on the topics of radical influence, publicity, networking, kindness, and referrals. She is the author of 4 best-selling books, including Get Noticed, Get Referrals, Guerrilla Publicity, and Networking Magic. Her latest book, The Profit of Kindness, went #1 in 4 categories. Jill is a master strategist on how to position your business for more profitability and more visibility in the marketplace. She is the CEO of a strategic consulting firm, and she consults and speaks all over the world. Jill has over 25 years experience working with over 100,000 people, plus the national and international media. She's spoken on many stages with luminaries such as Tony Robbins. She also helps authors to create book deals with major publishers and agents, as well as to obtain foreign rights deals. So without any further ado, Jill, take it away.
Thank you, Mary Beth. And again, thank you all of you for showing up today to inspire yourselves with kindness, because as I'm sure you all know, kindness in business equals kindness in the world, equals kindness to your family. And I just really want to keep encouraging this movement to start kindness wherever you are, in whatever way you do, consciously, with conscious acts of kindness. And so I'd love to start it, if I may, with all of us. Take yourself off mute. And at the count of 3, we're going to repeat the word kindness and let it reverberate through you. Let it reverberate through you. Do it in your own rhythm 3 times, please. And let's do that together, starting right now.
Kindness. 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 Kindness.
Beautiful. Didn't that feel good? Give me a thumbs up if that felt good. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. And I'd love to start with a quote. And this quote is from Mother Teresa. You may have heard it before, but it always bears repeating. always bears repeating. So it is: spread love wherever you go. First of all, in your house. Give love to your children, to your wife or husband, to a next door neighbor. Let no one ever come to you without leaving better and happier. Be the living expression of God's kindness. Kindness in your face, kindness in your eyes, kindness in your warm greeting. That's Mother Teresa. Go, Mother. She's amazing, yes? Beautiful, beautiful piece to start our wonderful day off. And super excited again that you're all here today. So I'd just like to hear from you. What's some acts of kindness that you've been doing? Let's call it this week, maybe even today. Let's do some popcorn quick style. And thank you, Peg. Raise your hands in the chat if you could. And let's hear some acts of kindness. What have you been doing lately? Peg, you're up first.
Yesterday was election day primary in Maryland, and I was an election judge, which is a long day. It's like 5:30 in the morning till 10 at night, but it empowered me to make it possible for lots of people to get to the polls, to vote, and all those kinds of things. So not a political statement, just we all have our right to vote, and being a judge allowed me to do that. So that was my act of kindness for the week.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you, Peg, for sharing that. And let's see, we got up next, Amy.
So I always pay it backwards when I go through the drive-through. And yesterday there was a young couple behind me. I looked in the mirror and I paid for their order, and the girl at the window said, "It's going to be over 20. Is that okay?" And I said, if I'm committed to saying yes to this, then I commit. And she smiled and she was like, thank you so much. So who knows what happened in the young couples day and that young woman at the window.
Oh.
Kindness is just, yeah. So I always pay it forward behind me.
Oh, I love that. Amy, I love to do that. I used to love to do it on the Golden Gate Bridge, but now it's all automated, so I can't quite do that anymore. But that is such a beautiful thing. Pay for somebody behind you and then just even walk away, right?
Oh, yeah.
Who was that?
I love it.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you for
you.
that. Alexi, and well, just so you know, we'll go to Michelle and then end with Celie. Go ahead, Alexi, please.
Okay, I approach strangers at the dog park, at the grocery store, at the ATM machine, and I say, can I put a chuckle in your heart? And by that I mean, can I share a joke? Why a joke? Because everybody's fighting some kind of battle. Maybe they lost their job, a loved one. And so for 2 minutes, I have a captive audience that lowers their cortisol, raises the feel-good hormone. They laugh out loud, feeds my soul, and they may go home and share with a loved one and say, you know what? I met this crazy woman at the dog park. She shared a joke, but it was good.
I love the crazy lady at the dog park. So beautiful. You keep being crazy, Alexi. All right. Thank you. Beautiful. Michelle, please share with us an act of kindness.
Well, we actually started a group called Caring Project for the homeless people in Santa Cruz. And everywhere we go, people are giving us clothing and coats for the winter. That was during the winter. But everywhere I go to any event, if there is food, people look at me and they say, oh, do you want to take this leftover food to your people? And they mean, because I drive down to where the homeless encampment is, and we just like literally unload and give it to people. And we know the people down there. We know their names and we know who's running everything. There's a community down there. And so I'm known now everywhere I go. If there's a party and I'm a sailor, there's a party. If there's a, some event, people always say, well, why don't you take this food down there? So I'm always driving leftover really great party food down to homeless people and giving them these big platters of things.
Oh, beautiful,
So,
Michelle. Thank you.
I do that almost every day, pretty much.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing your resources. So special of you. Thank you. Celie, how about you?
Hi, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. So a friend of mine does these kindness cards, and I send one almost every day. This one says, sending you a smile. And they're 44 cents to send a postcard. It doesn't take a lot of space, right? But people love to get real mail. And I also kind of feel like the postman sees it and all the way through the processing. So that's what I've been doing recently.
Oh, I love that. And it just reminds me, one of our beautiful participants here, Johnny Proby, if you're here, sent me this beautiful gift called Kindness Cards. I wonder if it's similar, right? And same thing, to send it out to peeps. And then I also got something for my birthday called Kindness Bombs. I just want to put that out there, that they're putting out these beautiful cards these days that you can leave and send to people. So thank you for that. And Jackie, we will take you one more, but then I apologize, we're going to have to cut off because we have such a beautiful speakers and circles I want to get all of you to. But go ahead, Jackie, share what's going on.
Yeah, thank you again, Jill, for having this and all of us doing this today. And I just wanted to share that I put together two people that are going to really impact this world. That's Lyle Benjamin with Planned Acts of Kindness and the Bless app that allows you to give all over the world. So the two of them together are going to make beautiful magic.
Woohoo!
Do that.
All right, Jackie. Well, you are the amazing connector. I know you are. You always have been, and you are a wonderful blessing to so many and all of your connections. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. That's beautiful. And I just really want to remind you, this is always my theme, and that is, how can you practice a conscious act of kindness every single day? Every single day. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing all of you. It's so special. Today, I want to share with you somebody that's been just such a beautiful blessing in my life. And let's bring Sandra in, Mary Beth. And also, if you'd be so kind, post her bio in the chat would be great. Hey, Sandra, how are you?
We go. Hi, Jill. Thank you for having me. As always, I I love anytime we get to be together. So hi, everyone.
Well, me too, you. And Mary Beth's going to post your bio in the chat because it's prolific and it's amazing. And this woman that you're looking at here has made such a difference in the lives of so many, not only women, but men, and leading entrepreneurs to be their best self. And we have been blessed to be together. I've been part of your organization, eWomen Network, for, gosh, close to 20 years.
Close to the very beginning,
Yes.
very beginning. And yeah. We kind of grew up together, didn't we?
Yes, we have. Yes,
Yeah.
we have. And I just have watched you, and I love your foundation and how you continue to give. Always, she's been featured on CNN's Heroes. And please do look at the bio. She's truly amazing. But really, Sandra, I want to just say from my heart to yours that I believe that you are leading your own version of, I'll call it a kindness movement, but particularly empowering people in business, and what you've done and how you've done it also in your communities of kindness. And I love your mom's story of kindness. I just love who you are and your shining light example. And so I'd love to turn it over to you to have a few moments to inspire us with kindness.
Well, yeah, I mean, kindness is, I'm not sure what was the shift, and at some level, maybe it doesn't even matter, but the world has suddenly gotten really hard. The edges of everyone have gotten really hard. And what I love about the notion of kindness is that it really is the antidote, isn't it, for kind of softening the edges. And but I also don't believe that you can give to others what you're really not first giving to yourself. I feel like there's an inherent conflict, right, in expecting others to do what you're not willing to do, even for yourself. And so I think that one of the things that I'm really aware, and it's not that this isn't also apply to men, it's just that I know so many women, and I think that we're awfully hard on ourselves, right? It's really important to, I think, begin each day with some self-love, some self-reflection, some self-care, some setting up for a really great day. Because I think how you start your day defines your day. And what you think about is actually what you bring about. And so when you start to ask yourself around, how do I become more kind to me? I think what happens is that it redefines your life boundaries. It's kind of like not too long ago, my husband was saying that he wanted to get a new car. And he was talking to me about the car that he wanted. I'm not a car enthusiast. I don't know one car from the other. To this day, when Kim and I are walking out of a restaurant to the car, he laughs at me because I'm more likely to pull up to whatever white SUV is close to us and not even know which car I'm going to. It's really hard for me to track the whole car thing. Kim, my husband, on the other hand, is just the opposite. The lesson in this that I think relates to kindness is that he said to me, I'm thinking about getting this certain car. I want a white SUV and I want it to be this make and this model. What do you think? And I said, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I don't know what it looks like. He goes, yeah, you've seen them. I'm like, Kim, honestly, I don't think I've ever seen one. I've never, he's like, Sandra, they're all over the place. Never noticed it. Never. I mean, honestly, maybe you can bring one home and we could do a little test drive or whatever. I really have no clue what you're talking about. And so he pulls one up, a picture on his phone, and he says, it looks like this, Sandra. It looks like this. I'm like, okay. Looks like a lot of white SUVs, if you ask me. It's never really stood out to me and that kind of thing. And so what was interesting about that and how I think the story relates to what we're talking about is once Kim really illuminated for me something that had been in my blind spot that I just had not noticed. The next day when I got, ready to come to the office and I jumped on the highway, guess what? I saw what I felt like were hundreds of them. They were everywhere. I'm like, oh, that's the car. That's the car. There's another one. Oh my gosh, and my reaction was, do you want a car that everybody else has? I went from being blinded to know that they existed to saying, everybody's got that car kind of thing. And I think that speaks to kindness a little bit in terms of, if you become self-kind and you're practicing self-kindness, right, then you start to be aware of it all around you, all of the opportunities, where you can inject kindness, where you can acknowledge somebody else's kindness. Oh, that was so kind of you to do. I appreciate the wonderful, kind service. You start to see it in others. But if you're not experiencing it and making it a practice in yourself, I think a lot of goodness in the world just gets put into your blind spot. And I think part of manifesting kindness is just being able to be more cognizant of where it is. And yes, you can observe kindness in a lot of different places, but it just becomes more magnified when you are experiencing it yourself. And instead of waiting for the other person to go, people have asked me how have I stayed married over 40 years and worked with my spouse on top of it. And one of my responses is always because we don't wait for the other one to go first. We don't wait for the other one to say, I'm sorry first. Sometimes I have to say, by the way, you haven't said it yet, but I accept your apology. But I just choose to go first. Just to have some fun, some levity, some whatever. Oh, and by the way, I'm over it, kind of thing. So whatever that might be, I just think that we have the ability to lighten up and be more responsible and be willing to go first. But I think it needs to be directed at self.
I love that. Sandra and Mary Beth, let's thank you. I love that, and that's powerful. So let me just ask you, I know will you say, because I love this story, the story about your mom that she
Which one? I have so many stories.
The one, I think there was one where you just had like 10 cents in your hand and she made you basically spend it on a stranger. Yep. I think that was that one, and forgive me if it's not exactly right, but it's close.
Yeah, she also had one. When I grew up. For people that don't know, I'm first generation American. I never knew my father, nor my father's family died when in a car accident when I was on my birthday. And so I was raised predominantly by a Latina woman. My mother was Mexican, to be specific, and English wasn't her first language. She couldn't get a job. I lived in a small, farm town in Midwestern Ohio, and so we didn't have a washer and dryer. Remember when you used to hang your clothes out to dry and the fresh air and the sheets blowing. I loved all of that. And so my mother would put us in a wagon with the clothes and a stroller, and she'd push a stroller and pull a wagon, me and my two brothers. And it was a 2-tiered stroller. Interestingly enough, they probably were terribly dangerous. I don't think they make them anymore. But the one that I was on was kind of hung on the side. It was a seat on the side kind of thing. And we would go all the way to the laundromat. And my mother, as a fun thing, I'm sure, to keep us busy, where they would have seats, and they were vinyl seats. And my mother would say, go, and we would put our little hands, in the crevices of the seats to see if we could find change. And part of that, and then we would bring my mother the change. And my mother never used the change to dry the clothes, right? She made us keep the change. And we always said, on the way home, can we stop and get a snow cone? There was a snow cone place that did the crushed ice kind of thing, because in the summers it was really hot, and we can use our money. And my mother always just said, that's not your money. That is found money. And just because you found it doesn't mean it's yours. And while we may never know the owner of the money, we have to pay it forward to people that need it more than us. And you'll have your snow cone, you'll have your ice cream. I'll make popcorn tonight. You're not going to do without, but you can't find money and claim it as yours. And it was interesting. And it was at the time when I used to think that a nickel was more valuable than a dime, because it was bigger, it was thicker, and it was bigger. And as a little kid, it just seemed like it was more valuable than it was. And, I was a traditional Hispanic home, highly religious, Catholic religion, like most Mexicans are, and particularly were back in the day. And, we went to church 3 times a week. And, my mother always said, this money is to put into the basket. I mean, she's always, I just, and we were on welfare. I mean, it could have been very easy for her to take that and say, I'll dry instead of hauling the wet clothes all the way home, right? The wagon was way heavier coming home than it was going because the clothes were folded and wet to get home to hang them, outside on the what do you call those things? The drying racks, the clotheslines, right? Kind of thing. And just an early message, right? All these little ways in which she always talked about paying it forward, that no matter how tough it might be, there were always people that needed it more.
Well, what a great lesson. And of course, you're a demonstration of it now in eWomen Network and what you've done as CEO and all the foundations, literally city to city, that you've really supported through that generosity. So thank you for that.
Yes. And it's an attraction. I mean, just like I'm looking at all the people that you have here, I mean, it's powerful, isn't it? To see the people that are attracted to the movement of kindness, right? It's a powerful thing. And I think it was Margaret Mead, didn't she say, never underestimate the power of a small group of people to change the world, because in fact, that's the only way it ever has changed. And this movement, I think, that you've created, Jill, is an example of that. And it's really just an honor for me to be a part of it.
Thank you, Sandra. Thank you for that. Well, I know a couple things. Number one, that you have a beautiful gift. We always ask our speakers to bring a gift to others. So maybe you can let us know about that. And number two, would you give us a question? Because we're going to move to Circle now. And all of you just get ready, be prepared, come on camera to fully participate and be present, because we're going to send you to Circles in just a moment. Sandra, let us know about both, please.
Okay, so the gift is a free gift. You can go to the website, ewomennetwork.com, and maybe somebody can throw that in the chat for me if you're familiar, at least with the organization. And then when you scroll down, I've created 7 kindness morning messages. So one for every day. It's an audio, it's my voice, and it's just an audio about how you bring about kindness to yourself. And it really starts out with, success isn't for the chosen few, it's for the few who choose it, right? And how you set up expectations, right, in your life. And who is it that you choose to hang out with? And what are the boundaries that you create so that there's only 1,440 minutes in a day? How are you going to spend your precious minutes? Because you can always go out and make more money, but you can never buy more time, right? So learning how to make sure that you're surrounding yourself with the kind of life you really want to live, not just the revenue that you want to generate, but who you want to be in relationship with is a big piece of success. So go and get that. It's yours. It's one for every day of the week. And you can listen to them over and over and over again, because that's what I do. Yeah.
I love that. Thank you for that. And what's the one question that we can ponder in our wonderful next breakout?
Okay, so a question I think that really pops up to me is, what is something new and different that in fact you have never done that you are now going to try or implement into a way in which to spread kindness? I think it's really easy to get in a rut and do the same things over and over and say, well, this really works, or this is really cool, or this is really wonderful. But I think the opportunity for us is to, just like all businesses, you can't do the same thing you've always done and expect things to shift, right? It really is about saying, what's that next level of kindness that's really calling to me, that I've been thinking about, that I want to borrow from somebody else. I've heard them talk about it. I need to do that too. Just a new repertoire of expanding the outreach of kindness.
Beautiful. All right. Well, that's easy. And while we're sending you to breakouts, you are going to have, just so you all know, 10 minutes. You'll have probably about 7 in each breakout, so you can meet each other. We will put the chats on. Feel free to chat within your breakouts also to help each other, because we're always here to help and support each other. And please, Mary Beth has posted it in the chat, the wonderful question. something new and different that you've never done that will help implement, that you can implement to spread kindness today. Can we all just give Sandra such love,
Well, thank
such
you.
joy?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yay!
I know that. I know those hearts.
Does it look familiar?
Yes, it does. I love that about you. You're so great. You're so great, Jill. I just love you. Mwah. Okay. Enjoy, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you, Sandra. Ciao. All right, everybody. So we're going to put you to breakouts right now. And put your cameras on. Get ready to spread kindness. Here we go. Here we go. Mary Beth, let's take them to breakouts. Have fun, everyone. We'll see you back in 10 minutes. 1 minute apiece. 1 minute apiece. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I want to hear some beautiful shares from you. Who wants to share? We'll take 3 just for time's sake, because I want all of you to keep meeting each other in the second circle. Let's take 3 shares. Who's first? Who's first? Come on. Come on. I see Ruth Ann, and I see who's next. Who's next? Come on. Ruth Ann, go ahead and share, please. And then we'll take 2 more. If somebody would love to share, we'd love to hear from you. Go ahead, Ruth Ann. What happened in your circle that you'd like to share?
Well, what I want to share about the exercise, so to speak, was getting us to think about kindness maybe in a different way, like what we can do or how we can express it. So just having us do the exercise and having us think, like, what can we do? How can we do it? What's missing maybe from kindness? And just the exercise alone was a beautiful thing. So.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you, Ruth Ann. All right. And Amy, come on in, and we'll end with Paula.
So I'm really excited about what I've decided to do. I created a deck of 60 empowerment cards for women. And the ones I know I've sold and shared with people, excuse me, they impact the women so much. And I thought, I've been thinking about for a couple of years now to do a draw for them, like every month or twice a month. And I'm actually going to do that now. And I'm really excited about it. It's like, yes, so yeah, so
Congratulations.
it'll help women in like that act of kindness carries forward and impacts so many persons. So it's like, how many people get reached by this one, so I'm excited.
Yes. Beautiful, Amy. Thank you. That's beautiful. I'm loving what I'm hearing from all of you. And just give me a thumbs up for all of you if you were inspired to do something new, like beyond your comfort zone. I thought that was really super great. Thank you. And last but not least, Paula, come on in.
Thank you, Jill. Hi, everybody. So in my group was what I thought just communication. And writing a book, and we had 3 tappers in the group. So emotional freedom is one of the best gifts that you can share with somebody of how to access their emotion and bring them to a place where they can, express themselves.
Beautiful, Paula. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I think what's really important here for all of you to just get is the power of even asking the question, right? The questions are often more powerful than even if we have any answers. Would you all agree about that? Yes? In terms of spreading kindness, keeping kindness, right? I mean, that's what's key, and I think so important for all of you. All right, my friends, guess what? I want you to meet more people. Mary Beth, mix them up. Shuffle the decks, because we're shuffling these kindness cards. Isn't that cute? We're shuffling kindness cards today. You're going to meet more people. That's always the intention of this. A few reminders before you go to your next circle. Number 1, please turn your camera on and be fully present, because we love to see your shining faces. Number 2, there is a directory of all of you who are members here in terms of your skill sets. And please, when you need somebody for something, go to the directory, let's utilize each other for services. That's about kindness in business, right? And so that's really super important. And secondly, or thirdly, couple things. I am, this circle grows because of all of you spreading the word. And I'm an expert in publicity, so I want you to help me. Please spread the word, because wouldn't you agree we need to spread the word on kindness? Can you agree to that? So guess what we've done? In the chat is our guest pass for our August circle. And it's always wonderful, as you know, no matter who's talking and who's here, in terms of speakers, all of you matter most in terms of the power of your presence and your kindness and what you bring forth. So I'm going to ask you to spread the word to some of your friends who need to be here. Invite them as your guest and as my guest. That's my gift to all of you. And then, frankly, you also know that I am a publicity expert. And when you're a kind company, you get more publicity. When you're a kind person, people want to do business with you. Would you agree? Yes, yes? Beautiful. So I run a publicity challenge. In the chat, we posted the challenge. And would you be so kind? Spread the word. Sign up for it yourself. We're going to run a 1 hour a day publicity challenge to keep you focused on your publicity. And I'd be very grateful if you would help me. My kind act that I'm asking for today is to help spread the word about that. Maybe post it in your social media to your peeps, and please spread the word. That would be excellent. Can I count on you for that? Would that be okay to help spread the word? Thank you. Thank you for that. All right, my friends. So those are in the chat for you. Please take that. Who's ready to go to the next circle? The next circle, the circle of kindness. All right, my friends. 7 people, more or less, we're going to put in each breakout. Here's the thing. The person with the longest hair, you're going to go first. And please state your name, where you're from, and what's one thing that you would like support with in kindness next. We'll have the chat on. You can private chat to each other to support each other with your requests, okay? We'll have 10 minutes in breakout. So with that amount of people, with 1 minute apiece, you should have time and then some. The person with the other hair, what did I say? The person with the shortest hair, you're gonna be the timekeeper. And person, whoever's going first, you pick the next person, okay? So that it's efficient and effective and things move quickly in your circles.
Would you repeat the assignment, so to speak?
Say again?
Could you repeat the assignment?
Yes, absolutely. So it's to basically say your name, where you're from, and what your business is. And then what's one thing, please, not two, just one thing that you need next to support your business with kindness, okay? With kindness. So think about that. It's not just, oh, I need more clients. Like, here's one thing I really could use support with to up level that would be very kind for me. Could be go like my social media page. It could be anything. And then we'll have chats open, and you can feel free to post in the chat to each other. It would be great. And also private chat each other. Hey, I can help you with that. Okay? So everybody clear on the instructions. Give me a thumbs up. Beautiful. And away you go. Have fun. All right. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'd love to take 2 shares, please. 2 shares. Let's share how and what happened there that affected you and connected you. Let me hear it. Raise your hand in the Hollywood Square. Better yet, raise your hand in the reactions is super great. And that way I can see you and hear from you. So I see Jenny's hand up and Rosemary, and those are the 2 we're going to take. And Amanda, if we have time, we'll end with you. All right, Jenny, welcome, welcome.
Thank you, Jill. It's been lovely to meet everybody on the Circle of Kindness this week. And we had somebody being kind in our group. Janet was having trouble with her audio, and Catherine was walking her through all of the things that she could try to get her audio online. So it was watching kindness in action. It was lovely to see.
Oh, that's beautiful. I know trying to be patient through all these technology challenges is always an interesting act of patience, which if you've read The Profit of Kindness is one of my virtues and return on kindness principles, patience, flexibility, and thank you for helping your group. Thanks, Jenny. All right, Rosemary.
I'm going to be brief. I'd like to share that Yvonne got only about 10 seconds to speak, and she had something very powerful that she was sharing and got interrupted. So I'd really like her to be able to just say what she needed to say.
Okay, so Yvonne, will you do me a favor and post it in the chat, please, just because of timing, and I want to honor everybody's time. Rosemary, thank you though for being an advocate for that, and Yvonne, you can do it that way, would be fabulous. Thank you, Rosemary. All right, Amanda, welcome.
Hey, welcome. I just really loved our group, and I loved Jackie was actually last, and she weaved together what she does as far as bringing people together and advocating and being the connector. So she was that beautiful expression of what she does, but also of kindness. So thanks so much.
Beautiful. Thank you, Amanda. And you're welcome to the private chat. Just saying.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Mary Beth, go ahead and, if you would, end with what we normally do. And I just really want to, number one, thank you for all of you for joining. Mary Beth, let's just do me on camera would be great if you can. Love you, Amanda. So I really want to thank you all for being here, for playing full out, for being in kindness. I love to end, if I would, like I always do. I start with a quote and I end with a quote. This one's from Vincent van Gogh. And he says, I feel that there is nothing more truly artistic than to love people. Vincent van Gogh. All right, everybody, keep being kind, practice those conscious acts of kindness, and have a very blessed and beautiful time until we meet again, which is in August. Mary Beth, August 20, which one? August 17th, August 17th at 10 a.m. Pacific, August 17th, 10 a.m. Pacific. And we'll look forward to seeing you back again. Take care, everyone. Ciao for now.
Thanks, Jill.
Thank you.